Hello everyone, welcome to Magic Sparks Crafts. Let me restate my own name, Magic Spark Crafts video tutorial. I'm Katie. You guys don't really get to see me too often simply because I'm doing this during my son's nap, usually his first nap, so I haven't quite gotten completely pretty yet, so we're going to stick with the yarn, which is what you really want to see anyway, right? Today's video, we're going to do the basket weave. I apologize that it's taken so long to get this video out. I actually lost my voice 2.5–3 weeks ago. So I kind of didn't really want you guys to hear me squeaking all the time. So I thought I'd wait until my voice was better. I still have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so there might be some kind of throat clearing and occasional coughing through this. I do apologize for that. But I know that you want to learn the basket weave stitch, and while it looks really complicated, it's actually very easy. What we're going to learn doing this is how to do a front post and back post stitch. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to chain stitch in increments of 8. In this one I chain stitch 24, and then I double crocheted into the 4th from a hook. So that first 3 chains is going to count as a double crochet. You're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 double crochets when it's all said and done. And then you're going to chain 3 at the end. So our turning chain here, we have our chain 3. This counts as 1 double crochet, so we're going to skip this first stitch right there. We're going to go ahead, yarn over, and instead of going into the loops, which you see right there, we're going to go into the post itself. So we've got a post stitch here, and a post right there. I'm going to go between the 2 posts and then pull out on the other side, yarn over, pull through, and we're going to do this in 4 different posts. So that was 1. We're going to go to the next one, making sure we yarn over first, pull through, double crochet each one. So yarn over, seeing that we have our 3rd stitch here, okay, going through the post to the other side from in front of it. This is called a front post double crochet. That's 3. We're going to do 1 more. Make sure I have enough yarn. There we go. There we go. So front post double crochet, it's going to end up looking kind of funky and feeling kind of funky. What it's going to look like is like you've got a really, really big crochet on one side, and on the back side, it's going to kind of look like a really odd ridge is forming. That's when you're doing it right, okay? Because that's the loops right there. You've gone through it, so those loops are kind of going to be ridged. For this next one, we're going to do a back post double crochet. So you know that the front post goes in front, so the back post is going to go behind. So you're going to turn your piece of work over after you've yarned over and go through the back side. So I'm going to show you what it looks like from either side. Through the back side, yarning over, and you're going to pull it through. So what you end up with is it pulls backwards onto that post. You're going to do that 4 times. So that was 1. We're going to go through the next post. 2. Now this one you definitely want to go slow, because the back post I have found I have trouble sometimes with that yarn sticking on the hook, or with the post sticking on the hook and causing a tear or a pull through that you just don't want in your piece. So you just kind of want to go slowly, especially while you're getting used to it. And with this one, you're going to start to see the ridge coming through the front. So now we've done 4 back posts. We're going to go ahead and do 4 front posts again, skipping this one because we just did that one for a back post. So we're going to go to the next one 4 times. 2. Here we go. That's the second one. Third one, and the 4th one. Then we're going to return to the back posts here. So going through back post, and you'll find I tend to to hold my fingers really close to my yarn. I find that that works really well to control my tension for me. Everybody has their own way of controlling tension. Some people will weave through the yarn with their hand. This is pretty much how I always hold my yarn. So everybody has their own way. Whatever works comfortably for you. If you prefer the knife hold or the pen hold or anything like that, whatever's comfortable for you. Just make sure that your tension is consistent and you'll be fine. The more you get to know your tension, the better you are going to be at adjusting patterns as well. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is go back to that front post. Four more here. So if you're following along exactly and you did 24 chain stitches, you're going to have 3, 4, and you'll notice that when we end, we still have that chain 3 that counted as a first double crochet. So we're going to do a standard double crochet. We're going to double crochet into the top of that chain stitch. So you see here you've got your loop and then into the double crochet. We're going to go through the loop. Okay, this one's kind of going to get a little weird. So that's 1, 2, 3. That's your third one. Through the loop, and you can do it whether it's one loop or both loops. And you're going to double crochet normal. Okay, so now you've got your first basket weave side. The next part gets a little tricky because you're going to do the same thing, just opposite. So we're going to chain 3, 2, 3, yarn over. Now keeping in mind that the last thing we landed on was front post. So this time we're going to go through the back, skipping that first one again, remember that. We're going to go through the back this time because we want to keep that weave process. So 4 back post double crochets. More yarn. This is 3. Yep, my laundry's dry. Woohoo! And 4. Okay, now we're going to come up and do 4 front post double crochets. By now you should be able to be seeing the pattern. And I'm going to take you all the way to the end of this one, and then I'll discuss how to, which it should be becoming apparent. If it's not, that's okay. It takes some time, especially if you're brand new to crochet. When I was first learning crochet, a lot of things just, they did not come apparent and very easy to understand right off the bat. I didn't work with patterns either. I kind of made it more difficult on myself. I started off watching videos, and I couldn't read a pattern until I was, I want to say, 2 years into crocheting. I'm having a little trouble with this one. See, I need to go slow because I'm tearing on that yarn. Once I was able to read patterns, it became a lot easier to learn different things such as new stitches or how to write my own patterns. And we can have a pattern reading series as well if that is needed. If it is, let me know in the comments. We can go through how to read a pattern, the different ways that patterns are written. What kind of things you need to know between American and European patterns, because they are different. But if that's something you're interested, put a comment in the comment section, whether you're watching this on my Facebook page or whether you're watching this on YouTube. Just put a comment in there that you would love to learn how to read patterns, and I can go ahead and start working on a pattern reading series, because there are just so many ways to read patterns. When you've got patterns that have pictogram type or abbreviations, you just, if you want to learn how to read a pattern, we can work on that. So we're coming up on the last 4 here. Remember, we're doing it back double crochet on the last 4, back post double crochet. This is a little bit of a longer video than my usual video sets, just because this is a longer type of stitch to do. And we're on the 4th back post double crochet, and then remember, we do a standard double crochet into the 3rd chain stitch of the turning chain. So I'm gonna, this time, instead of just doing the front loop, I'm actually gonna do both loops. I prefer, when I've got certain things that I'm doing with my with my crochet, I usually prefer both loops. I think it looks smoother, especially when you have something as complicated looking as this. So this is our first basket weave stitching set. That's the first set, first row, however you want to read it, see it, or anything. I myself, whenever I'm going to write a pattern with basket weave, will consider this a first row. Same with my crocodile stitch. Until the crocodile itself is done, that's a first row. So the way to end up making this go back and forth is what you're going to do when you do your next chain 3. Instead of following through this way, I'm starting to knock my phone. Instead of following through this way here, going through the front post, you're going to now revert to the back post. And this will start the process of making it look like it's a woven project. We'll get one of these done so that you can see it. I know this is a long video. We're looking at 11.5 minutes now, and I apologize. I don't want to inundate you guys with too much information in one video, but I do think you guys should see this. You see with this, you can see it's starting the ridging, so it'll do the process of the ridging throughout, and you'll see it more and more the more you practice it. You can make each weave as long as you want. You can do it, if you wanted to do, instead of 4, you could do it at 6, however long you want, but get used to the pattern first. You want to get used to the pattern to make it easier, and this will help with anything that you want to do with colored variegated yarns to create something similar to a plaid coloring. You can do so many things with this. So that would be your basket stitch, your basket weave stitch. If there's other stitches you're interested in, let me know. If you want to see it from my point of view as how to learn it instead of somebody else's, let me know. I can either learn a new stitch or teach you one I already know. I know I just said no way too many times in those sentences. I apologize. Anyway, so the next thing is probably going to end up being either how to learn to read a pattern, or something a little bit different, maybe some cables. I'm not sure yet. I haven't quite figured out what I would want to do. There's all sorts of fun stuff. Let me know anything that interests you. Other than that, if you're interested in purchasing a pattern or supplies, I am now putting supplies on the website at magicsparkcrafts.etsy.com. I am also putting obviously the same stuff I've had for a little while there, all the different things that I have made. There's all sorts of fun stuff that's going up there, so feel free to check out the website. If you like what you see, feel free to purchase. All those purchases go towards things like baby food for me, since I have my child, cat food for the cats, and I am also saving towards getting a better video, as right now I'm using a camera phone. So a better video camera would make a lot of these a lot easier. You're always welcome to help support. And anything else, I think I'm pretty covered on what I'd like to cover. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Ta-ta!